can see Ezra with promoter Frank Warren there as well. Knows a thing or two about promoting light heavyweights, of course. Anthony Yard, really top of the tree when it comes to British light heavyweights. And Frank and Ezra just having a chat there, and I think we're going to grab a chat with promoter Frank Warren, who's going to join us. Hello, Frank.
All right, young man. How are you? How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks.
Right, lovely, good. So what are we doing?
Frank, did you watch? What did you think of? What did you think of Ezra there?
I think he boxed really well.
Yeah.
Once he got into his rhythm, settled down, let his shots go. Good jab, right hands, and some nice uppercuts. Done extremely well.
He's now the Commonwealth Silver Light Heavyweight Champion. So what does that mean? What can you tell us?
Well, it means he now fights for the full title. The next fight will be for the full title. So it's good for him to get the experience of being in a title fight. I mean, sometimes people look at these, what you would call, not the full title or low one, but you're in a title fight. You're doing it very early in your career, and you're getting the experience of training for a championship fight. And that's really important, and it also moves you up the rankings rather than having an 8-rounder or an ordinary 10-rounder.
I was talking to Echo. There is a buzz in the air here in Birmingham. This is a special show that we're going to have tonight live on TNT Sports from 6:30. Tell us what you're looking forward to.
I've got to be honest, it's such a good card. I'm looking forward to all. I'm looking forward to seeing Echo back in the ring as well. But I'm looking forward to all the fights. I mean, every fight on there is a good competitive fight. Some really good matchups, close fights, undefeated fighters going in with each other. And the atmosphere is going to be brilliant. Time, Nathan gets into the ring, it's going to be something special. But, I like these nights because there's so much on the line for everybody in their careers, and it's not the end of the world if someone gets beat. But the winners, especially what's all going on at the moment in the world of boxing, can make themselves, or can really push their careers forward and get involved in some seriously big fights. And that's what we're really focusing on at the moment, especially with TNT.
And what about Joe Joyce, though? How important is a win for Joe Joyce tonight, the juggernaut?
Joe can't afford 3 losses on the trot. He's got to win this fight, a lot of pressure on him. It's a good fight for him. Cash Ali fancies it because he's coming off of 2 losses, and he knows that if he beats him, that's a bit of a statement for him. It's not going to be an easy job. Mentally it's a tough fight for Joe. Coming back and knowing that he can't afford to slip up, and if he does come through, he's literally back at the table again and be involved in a big fight. His next fight, if he comes through, will be quite a significant fight.
He's coming at a career heavy as well. Is that something we should be concerned about or look into? What did you make of that?
Look, I've got to think. I mean, they've got a reason to do what they're doing. I like fighters to come in, the heavyweights. I like to come in at their best possible weight. I don't like them coming in heavy. I want to see them, because all you're doing, you're dragging weight around on you. You want to be built for speed. You got the power and have the speed. I mean, don't drain yourself, but don't cart a lot of weight around on you if you need it. Now, Joe may feel very comfortable, and he's not like he's, with the greatest respect to him, he's not a youngster, so as you get older, it's a bit more difficult as a heavyweight sometimes to shift the weight. But if he's comfortable and he feels that's going to be his optimum weight tonight, then good luck to him.
One of the fights that Echo you were looking forward to was in your weight division between Owen Cooper and Ethan James. Tell us why you're looking forward to that one.
Looking forward to it because obviously they shared some time together, obviously in that training camp kind of scenario, and it'll be interesting to see how they've tuned that into their performance. The person who's left their feelings at home is going to be the person who gets their hand raised.
2 unbeaten welterweights, Frank, that one.
Say again, mate.
2 unbeaten welterweights, that one.
That makes it a good fight, doesn't it? I mean, neither of them want to lose. They both want to win, obviously, and it'll be competitive. And who knows? It'll be competitive, and we see where we go with it.
I reckon one of them will call you out if they win.
Oh, that's fine. I've got all the smoke. And as I told you before, like the creature in the Black Lagoon, you say my name enough and I'll appear at the other side of the ring.
He's a fighting man. Don't worry about that. That's what he is.
And also a fighting man is Liam Dangerous Davis, who challenges for the IBO World title tonight. Tough fight.
It's a step up for him. He's in with a good fighter that we know over these shores. He came over here and done a job on a win over Lee McGregor. That was no mean feat, and so you know he comes to win, or he's got that winning mentality. And for Liam, who's done everything that's been asked of him, he's done it the traditional way, the British, Commonwealth, European, and done it in quite fast time. What's this? Is his 15th fight, I think, tonight? So he's done everything, as I say, that's been asked of him, and I think for him, it's a great opportunity to make a statement, and he's capable of doing it.
And that IBO world title, if he picks that up, it's a piece of the jigsaw, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Look, they're the 4 main titles, as we always refer to them, and the IBO's like, it's recognised as a title, but that'll get him a seat at the table, as I always say. That's what will happen with it.
And what have you made of Tyron Zoiga this week? So Zach Parker is coming back. He's trying to get back on the world title trail. Tyron Zoiga has been in a kind of mischievous mood this week.
Well, look, he'd be in a mischievous move, and he's obviously, he seems pretty calm and collected. He certainly did at the press conference. But listen, once they're in that ring and the bell goes, they get down to business, and then that's what it's going to be all about. And for Zach, he knows he can't afford also to slip up. He had that injury against Ryder, which was from our perspective was a great shame, great for John. But it's a fight for him. It's a must-win fight, no doubt about that.
Feels like in Zach Parker and Joe Joyce, you've got 2 fighters there who are on the cusp of something very, very big, and then just stumbled. Now they got to get back on that road.
Yeah, look, that happens in boxing. I mean, look, you look at the heavyweight scene recently. You look at Joe Parker gets beat by Joe Joyce. Joe Parker's now come back and beat Zhang, who beat Joe Joyce twice. And you can't give up. A loss, I mean, a loss is not the end of the world. If you've got this inside you and you've got the resolve and you want to come back and you really want, then you're the opportunity to be given to you, and then it's up to you to make it work. So for both of these guys tonight, it's a big, big chance for them to go out there and get involved in a really, really big and significant fights. And they're capable of doing it. But they're in with guys who are also not coming to make up the numbers. They're going to make them fight. They're going to make them think.
Well, also not coming to make up the numbers is Brad Pauls. He is the English champion. And Echo, we were talking about that British title. It's his dream. For so many fighters, it's their dream belt, Echo.
Oh, so many fighters, it's like their world title fight. As I told you, it's like that British crown was melted down and turned into a belt, and that's why it's so coveted.
So many fighters covet that British title, Frank.
Well, look, the British title, obviously we're in Britain, so it means something. It's significant. It's a step up the ladder to getting to where you want to be. But I think not being dismissive of the British title, but more important as far as Nathan's concerned, he's looking for this big fight in summer at Stoke City. He's a football team. He wants to fight at the ground. We will make that happen, but that can only happen if he wins tonight. So he can achieve his dream tonight, and he's done everything that's been asked of him up to us yet, because a lot of people look at him and thought he was like a guy who sells a lot of tickets, but he was at a certain level. Well, he's risen above that level and done it and especially in his last fight, done it in a significant way, being in with Denzel, who, what was it, a fight before or a couple of fights before that, went the distance with probably the best at his weight division world championship fight, and could have won it had he, in the first 4 rounds, not been so tentative. If he got stuck into the fight early on, I think he could have won it, and he certainly was coming on strong at the end. So when Denzel was in the ring, I mean, I think Nathan was something like 8-1 against, and he fought to his credit on the night like a champion. He got his tactics right. He boxed intelligently. He showed he's not just about being my Delilah. It was my Nathan. Look at this fella. Look what he can do. And he went out there and done the job in fantastic style. And as I say, tonight, if that continues for him, he will get a shot at the world title.
Couple more final ones, Frank. Dennis McCann and Brad Strand, two unbeaten guys. Again, British title on the line. It's a big one.
Queensberry against Queensberry. I mean, that's what it is, and they're both exciting young fighters. They both fancy the job. They're very competitive. They come from real competitive stables. Dennis has done more or less everything that's been asked of him. He suffered that terrible cut against Beluti, and it got stopped for that reason. But you know, he's a quality operator, and everybody expects big things from him. And the same with Brad, and he comes from a stable up in Liverpool, where Paul Stevenson, his manager and trainer, have done some good things. He's done, you know, Paul's a very, very good trainer and done some great things with his fighters. And you only got to look at Nick Ball last week. He gets them into great shape. So these guys are both, I think, at this stage of their careers, probably in the best shape they've ever been in.
It's a fantastic fight. It's a mouth-watering one.
Fight written all over it.
Oh, it has.
Yeah.
Frank, before we let you go, any little news you can give us, any scoops, any exclusives for the Queensberry stream, anything you can tell us?
Yeah. Arsenal, in their next match, we're gonna do Bayern. We're going to do them. How about that?
I mean, yeah, look, we'll take it. Best of luck to you. I'm not sure you're necessarily correct on that, but best of luck to you, Arsenal. And
I don't know about that. We'll see.
Frank, thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
We're going to let you go.